Oh, I'm so excited about this episode. It is one of the questions I get the most, which is the best online platform and where should I host my course? And I'm updating. This is content from before, but there's so many new features and new things we need to talk about. So I'm updating it with this episode so you get the latest and greatest tools and ideas, and most importantly, the questions you need to be asking. So make sure you check out this whole episode so you get all the scoop and all the details.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here is your host, Julie Hood.
Oh, woohoo, exciting. We are in episode 204. And before I jump in to talk about which platform is best, I want to tell you about this special offer that I have going on just this week. So it's through August the 13th of 2024. I'm offering free coaching to new customers of Kajabi who sign up using my affiliate link. So it's going to be the top link in the show notes. So if you want to jump in and maybe consider testing it out, there's kind of a two-step process. You'll have to use that to sign up, and I've got a special discount for you, 20% off. And then email me so that I can see that you've signed up, and then I will get you on the list for the free coaching for the next 10 weeks. I want to get you all set up on Kajabi. I'm going to show you step by step how to do it, where to go, what to focus on, and what order to do things in. So I've got a super detailed course to walk you through all this. Plus we're going to have live coaching. And I'll tell you, I'm sure you're wondering, like, why is she doing free coaching? And the reason is I'm trying to hit a certain level of referrals because then I get paid more from Kajabi, not from you. You get all of this for free, but I get paid more from Kajabi. So I'm trying to hit this level. So I'm trying to get some folks in. This is like the key perfect time to jump in this week through August the 13th of 2024. So don't wait. Make sure you click that top link in the show notes and jump in if you're interested in not only the discount on Kajabi, but also the free coaching for 10 weeks with me on getting you set up with your online business. Okay, so let's get to it. There is so much in this episode, and I apologize. It's probably going to go long, but I'm really trying to make sure it's worth it for you because there are so many factors to consider when you're trying to pick a place to host your course. So I've tried to simplify it down, but there's still a lot of things to think about. And I want to give you these ideas and questions so that you can go in and compare the different tools. And I will tell you, it's really hard to compare apples to apples because each tool has its own way of doing things, way of approaching, especially their pricing and what they're giving you. And so because of that, you really have to do some work to say, okay, what's it going to cost me at different levels of my business? So we'll get into that. But first off, let's start here. There's 10 key pieces of the puzzle when you're putting together an online course and an online business that you need to think about at the beginning. And here's the 10 things. First, the first 6 are all sort of related to your course and your students, okay? So the first one is, where are you putting your files? Where are you hosting the files? So these are the videos and the audios and the worksheets. Like, you need a place where you put all of those so that your students can get a hold of those files. The second thing is you probably want a way for them to log in and for you to restrict the content to only people who have valid logins who have paid you. You can do things that are not locked down, and I've done that with some stuff. So it's something like Google Drive, you can put your stuff out there and share it. It's just there's no way to restrict access. And that's one of the things that the course platforms give you, is a way to require people to log in. The third thing is you want to be able to email your students. So when somebody signs up, you can email them each week and tell them about lessons and tell them what's going on and give them updates. So specifically just your students, you want to be able to email them. The fourth thing, this one's kind of important, and that is you need a way to get paid. So you need a sales page. You need a way to hook in your payment tools. So whether it's PayPal or Stripe or whatever it is you're using to get paid, that all needs to be hooked into your tool. And then sort of an advanced part of this that I'm going to talk about further on down the line is affiliate tracking. So this is all about getting paid and paying out your affiliates. That's another part of hosting your course. The fifth thing, and this is new because it's something that's kind of developed a lot over the last, I would say 2 to 3 years. It's been around forever. The concept of community. I remember my very first website had a board forum on it where people could come in and chat. But if you're going to add some kind of community aspect to your course, is there a way to integrate that, or do you have to use some outside tool? So that's the community side of things. When you see community, that's what I'm talking about. And then number 6, this is also something that has become high on the list or higher, and that is how well does your course perform when it's on a mobile device, especially our phones. So the other day I was trying to take a course that was not designed to be taken on mobile, and so the sizing was all wonky, the videos were off the screen. It was such a frustrating experience as a student. So you want to check out your course platform. Does it do mobile, or how well does it do mobile? Okay. And then some of the tools even help you with the rest of your online business and getting that all set up. So these are things like number 7, landing pages, opt-in pages, funnels, that whole setup. Is that something that's going to be inside your tool? Number 8, being able to do an email newsletter and email out to people who are opting in to hear more from you so you can nurture them. This is an essential piece, and sometimes it's included in some of these platforms. And then number 9, and I see this one making a resurgence, which is having a blog on your website so that you can be posting content regularly and giving people new ideas and new concepts that you're sharing. So having a blog built in to the tool. And then number 10, some of these tools will even do your complete website. So if you are wanting to have all of your stuff in one place, super simple, one login for everything, you can do it all in some of these all-in-one kinds of tools. So let me pause just a minute and tell you that I have done both. And because I've been at this for 20 years, I've been pulling in different tools and adding on different tools to my tech. And then I will hop over and help a client with getting themselves set up. And I never set them up with 50 different tools. I always point them to the all-in-one kinds of tools. And here's why. Whenever you have to connect up different tools and try to get them to work together, there are always hiccups in the way that happens. And it's either extra work for you or the connecting tools. Zapier is one of the popular ones. It tends to break. I had one student, we were trying to connect up her mini course up to, she does have Kajabi, but she happened to set up a mini course separately, and we're using Zapier to connect the two tools, and Zapier keeps breaking, and she keeps having to log in and restart it and kick it off. Like, it's just a headache. So when you can use one of these all-in-one tools that has all of this in one place, you don't have to deal with that every day. Now, the one thing I will say, sometimes that happens when you pick an all-in-one tool, is you may have to sacrifice a little bit of functionality. So let's say you pick, I'm just going to use let me use Samcart because it also hosts courses. So they have some of the top ideas for how to pay for your course and having sales pages and upsells and bumps and order bumps. And that is like their superstar thing. And then they have added in this option to where you can host courses on Samcart. However, they are not great at being able to email your students and email things out. That's not what they do. That's not where they have good functionality. So you have to have something else if you want to have your opt-in pages and your landing pages and your email newsletter. So you can see as you are looking at all of these different tools, there's some of them that will be these all-in-one tools for you, and then some of them will only do parts and pieces. So when you're looking, make sure that you are considering all of the pieces, because by the time you pay for everything, it could end up getting more expensive. And especially if you have to pay for Zapier to make the things work together. Sometimes they'll have direct connections so that you don't have to pay for Zapier in the middle. But that's another piece of the puzzle. So I'm getting ahead of myself here. You can see this gets a little complex, but first off, remember these 10 things. 1, a place to host and put your files. 2, a place for students to log in and for you to lock your content. 3, a way to email your students. 4, ways to get paid with your affiliate program to pay partners. 5 is community. 6 is mobile. And then the other 4 parts of an online business, which sometimes are included, sometimes are separate: landing pages, opt-in pages, and funnels. Number 8, email newsletters. Number 9, a blog. And number 10, a website. Okay. So now there's questions that you should ask, and every time you look at a tool, you can ask these questions, or some of these you can eliminate because if they aren't important to you, you can just scratch them off. So these 15 questions are in the show notes. You're welcome. So you can go and you can grab them there and at coursecreatorshq.com/204. So you don't have to be writing them down frantically while you're listening. Go grab them from the show notes so that you can start taking notes on the different tools that you're looking at. So number 1, is this an all-in-one tool that's trying to do everything for you? Or does it just do the course hosting part of it for you? So those first 6 things. Or is it somewhere in between? Like, which of the 10 things is this tool trying to help you with? So that's the first question that you want to think about. Number 2, and this is probably one of the most important for me, is how is the student experience? So try to find a way that you can go take a course on the platform. Contact support and ask them, I want to see a demo course. I want to try this out, and then go try it on your mobile phone. Try it on your iPad. Try it on your laptop. How does it work? Do you like the student experience? Number 3, and this is an important one for your wallet. So question number 3 is, where will you host your videos? And is it unlimited as far as how much space you have and how much people can listen? So a lot of times you'll hear the word bandwidth, which is how much can people watch. And I will tell you, video files are huge. They can be in the gigabytes, especially if you have large videos, longer videos. These files are huge, and they could fill up, if you have limited space on whatever tool you're doing, they can fill up your space in a hurry, and then you're paying extra to host your videos. And just as a little aside, I've had people say, oh, well, I could just put my videos on YouTube. Well, unfortunately, YouTube has rules that in their terms of service, they say you cannot put YouTube videos behind a paywall. So you can't have people paying to access and watch videos on YouTube. And I don't know if they enforce it. I haven't heard of anybody getting in trouble, but just so you know, technically terms of service say you shouldn't do that. So that's not a solution on the video hosting side of things. Okay, question number 4. Do they have an affiliate program built in for you, even if you have to upgrade to that later? So let me back up just a little bit and explain what I mean by this. So an affiliate program is where someone partners with you and they sign up to your affiliate program to promote your course. And when they do, they get a unique link, and the software system tracks as people sign up and purchase from them. So they get this link, they share it out on social media, their follower signs up and pays, and your tracking system recognizes, oh yeah, this is the referral from this partner. And it does all the math and gives them, so you set it up and you say, I want to give them 30%. So it does all the math and all the tracking and all of that based on their unique link to your course. So you want that affiliate program. It works the best when it's the same place as where you are getting paid for your courses and you tie in your affiliate program. When it's separated, it adds another level of complexity. And yes, I know all about this. So you don't necessarily need to have an affiliate program day one if you're just getting started. But you may want to add that in and give it as an option later on. So you don't want to get your courses all set up on this platform and then realize, oh, there's no way to upgrade to an affiliate program. And then I have to figure out something else. So check, do they have the affiliate program built into the system? Number 5, and this is one that catches a lot of people, and that's what's the pricing? What's it going to cost me? And make sure that you are considering all 10 pieces that we talked about at the beginning. And then also that video hosting piece, so that you can compare apples to apples and make sure that you're looking at the full picture for each of the tools. And then sort of related to this, number 5 and number 6. And 6, I want you to think about, okay, if the price is $150 a month, how long can I invest in this tool before I'm making any sales? Like, how much money do I have set aside to cover the cost of this tool until I need the tool to be paying for itself? So it's kind of an important question. It's called a break even. You know, at what point am I breaking even on my sales and I'm covering the cost of the tool? And then after that, everything's gravy and profit. But make sure you think about if it's $150 a month and you've got the $500 set aside, that means you can go 3 months before you need to be able to take care of the price. So that's number 6. How long can I invest before I'm making sales that cover the cost? Okay, number 7. I want you to contact the support for the tool that you're considering and send them an email, send them a request. How responsive are they? You're a potential customer. If they don't get back to you pretty darn quickly, I'd be worried about their support. And then checking in, what kind of support do they offer? Is it by email? Is there a phone support if you really need it? When you're in the middle of the launch and something is broken, is there someone to call? Or do they have some kind of Facebook group where you could at least connect with other users and get their help? You know, what kind of support is available? So make sure you check that out. Number 8, how long has the company been around? And I bring this one up because for a while there were all these startups of new hosts. Guess what? We're going to host courses. And they were brand new, and you could tell that they had not been around long enough to really know how they were going to make all this work. And so several of them folded, and because of that, all of their instructors had to move their courses, and I don't want that to happen to you. So I like the tools that have been around a long time that can show the test of time, have a lot of customers, and they have figured all this stuff out. Okay. Number 9 is kind of a related, 9 and 10 are related. So does it work with the tools that I'm already using, that I already have set up in my business? Because I don't like having to redo things. I want, if you've got a website already, it's probably pretty easy to hook in a place to host your courses. But if you're got an email newsletter system set up and you want to use a different tool and people are purchasing over here in your course tool, but you want them over on your email newsletter, there's got to be a way for those to work together, and you got to set all that up. And so think about, does it work with the tools that you have, or will you need to use that Zapier tool that I talked about earlier in order to make it happen? So number 10, which is related to this, is what kind of automations are available? And this is a bit more of an advanced question too, but it is something that you want to know. So let me give you an example. Let's say somebody purchases from you. Is there a way to automatically tag them as a certain buyer? Or is there a way to move them from one course to another one automatically? What kind of automations are out there? Is there a way, after they've been in the course, let's say, 90 days, and you want to check in with them, can you automatically send them a 90-day email that says, hey, how's it going? I'm checking in. So those kinds of things are not necessarily essential, but they do come into play, especially as you get further on down the line. You want to automate and become more automated. You want to have those options there so that you can be a little less hands-off sometimes. So what kinds of automations are available? Number 11, and this is a new question, and that is, do you need mobile? So some of the tools now are working on mobile. Some of them are not. Like I said, that one I was on the other day was terrible on my phone. So do your listeners need mobile? Potentially. As much as we all use our phones, and how well does the platform that you're considering work with mobile? Number 12 is also a new question, and this is, do you need to have a community around your course now? And by that I mean like a forum, sort of like a Facebook group where people can come in and chat and talk to each other. And I found, I will tell you, after doing this for 20 years, the biggest challenge is to get people to interact. So it sounds great to have a community and to really add that as a feature. Oh, you all can talk to each other and bring up questions and that kind of thing. But depending on your audience, it may or may not work the way you want it to. And you also need to think about how much time will you need to be spending either posting to generate the interest in it, or moderating, or will you hire somebody for that? So the community side of things gets a little bit tricky depending on where you're at with your audience, with your business, what kind of audience you have. There's some audiences that just aren't interested in that at all. So I would poll your audience and see, do they want a community where they can interact with the other students or not? Okay, number 13, also new. Can you see student progress on your course? So maybe you can see, like, how often have they logged in? How many lessons have they done? How far through the course are they? Can you see those kinds of student progress as you're going through? And number 14, this one will be important to a certain segment of folks, and that is how much control do you have over the look and feel of the platform, of the course, all of these things. So I'll give you an example. I was working with some photographers, which if you think about it, they're very, very much into the design and the look of their website, of their courses. And so they need to have a lot of control over that. They need to be able to do really custom layouts and do that easily. And there's some tools, I'll tell you, they just aren't easy to make that happen. And then there's others that are much, much better at keeping it simple, keeping it easy, and that look and feel is a big part of their setup. That's really important. So this is one of those where it goes the entire spectrum, and you just have to decide, am I okay with the defaults, the templates, the look and feel of this site, or am I going to want to be super, super particular about how it looks and how it feels? And then the last question, oh my goodness, I know, I'm sure this feels like a lot. Number 15 is, do you need any of these, what I would call extras? And that's things like, can you quiz your students as they are going through? Do you want to have automatic certificates that they get when they complete the course? And do you want those to go out, and what do they look like? Do you need to be able to load bulk users in? So, for example, you're going to sell maybe to a corporate audience where you need to be able to upload 50 users in at once. They buy a bulk license. Is that something you need to be able to do? Or is there anything else that's kind of unique to your business or to the way you sell or the way you do things that are super important to you that I haven't mentioned? So any of those kinds of things tend to be... Oh, here's one that I want you to, I just now thought of, and I want to make sure. For some of you, you need to be collecting VAT taxes if you're in the UK. And if that's the case, does the tool calculate that for you, or do you have to do that separately? You want a tool that's going to do that for you. So those kinds of unique extras, anything like that, jot down those questions. So I hope this has given you a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to mull over. And I'm going to do a bonus episode for you this week, which is all about, I'm going to answer these questions for Kajabi because it is one of my favorite tools. So I'm going to go through the 15 questions specifically for Kajabi. And I also want you to know I am not a Kajabi is for everybody gal. It may not be the right fit for you, and that's fine. There are some fabulous tools out there. Thinkific, Teachable, several of the others that are out there, they're wonderful, and I'm not opposed to them. I don't want you to think I only think you should use Kajabi. I just, for the price point and for all the features that you get, it is one of my top ones. And I also think the student experience is fantastic. So if you are thinking about those folks that I'm going to be teaching that you want to kind of test out Kajabi at a discount, plus you get the free coaching from me, make sure you check the link at the top of the show notes, or go to coursecreatorshq.com/204 and come jump in. It's only good through August the 13th of 2024. They give us these special offers for just a week. So I want to make sure that you jump in while you can get this great discount and that we are able to work together. And my goal is over the 10 weeks that we work together, I want you to get your online business set up. It's going to be a lot of work, just FYI. I'm not going to sugarcoat this one. There's a lot to it, but I want to get you up and running so that you can get your online business going with courses, with coaching. We kind of run, it's the whole gamut of setting up an online business in addition to setting up your online course. So I hope you will join me and that we get to work together and I get to help you build your online business in Kajabi. So take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and watch for that bonus episode falling. It'll be later this week. It'll show up so that you can get the 15 questions answered. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks for being here.